Okay, we are making pear preserves. I picked a little over a bushel of pears and still got, I don't know, 20 bushels left. Tons and tons of pears on one tree. Lots and lots of pears off that tree every year. And some of them are bigger than others. And so what we're gonna do, we could peel them by hand and then slice them into whatever slices we want, size slices we want. But what I am doing is using this apple peeler, and what it does, as you will see in just a second, it peels, it cores, and slices. It makes the pear into a spiral, a slinky kind of. It works better if the pears aren't mushy. If the pears are not green, you want them ripe, but I'm just saying don't let them go too long, because then it starts to tear out. I'll show you that in just a second with a closer shot. We're going to peel them, we're going to slice them, and then we're going to slice them again into smaller pieces that you will see when we put them in the mix to boil down. Okay, so here's what I would guess to be a medium-sized pear. A lot of my pears were so big they really wouldn't go into this apple peeler real well. But what this does, it's got these spikes on it. You put the pear on it, it runs it through this corer, but as it's coring, this blade right here is slicing it, and this blade right here is peeling it. So it's three processes in one: coring, slicing, peeling, all in one motion. It's an apple peeler, but I'm using it for pears. So the secret is to get that pear on there, because they're all oblong, is to get that pear on there as straight as you can, and I won't, because I'm not good at it. Push it down on those. See, that's not straight, but we'll see how it works. Slicing it. And right here, it's coring it. It's peeling it. There's the slices. And if it gets real, if you have a soft pear or a soft apple, this is for apples. If you have a soft apple, then you might have to help it along. I've had to do that on several of them that we had that were kind of soft. Let me show you what it does. First of all, it cores it. Take the core right out, and it just makes you into a pear slinky. And then we do that operation, and then I put it over here on this red cutting pad, and my wife does the next operation. We're making the slices. We don't want real large slices in our preserve, so she's slicing the slices. See that once she runs through it, what we have is a bunch of little slices. So that's what we're doing with them, making them smaller. And we're not doing any with skins on it. If it has skins on it, she's throwing it away. If it has a little, what I call a booger, if it has a little place on it, a bad place on it, you don't want that in there either. So she's taking care to look at the middles as well as the outsides, and any that has a little peeling left, like that right there, it's got some peeling left there, she will terminate those, and the rest of them go in the pot. And I'll show you what we're doing after we put them in the pot. This is not my recipe. This comes from a lady, Whippoorwill Holler or something. And it just looked like a good way to do it. So I'm copying her recipe. And I love pear preserves. And we have got tons and tons of pears. So hopefully this will be one of at least 2 or 3 batches of preserves that we do. And but I'm gonna show you one batch. I won't show you the rest of it, but I will show you this one batch. So we're slicing them up, and then I'll show you what comes next. And we've got a 2-quart, what is that, a Tupperware pitcher or something, I guess they call it. And we are filling it up. The ratio of pears to sugar is 2 cups of sugar to 2 quarts of pears. This is a 2-quart doodad, so once we fill it up to 2 quarts, we're taking it over to a vessel where we put this in there and sugar on top. We're layering it. We're doing a kind of a lasagna style operation here. This is the pot we're going to cook them in tomorrow, but we're going to leave them in here you can go 8 hours, you can go 24 hours. I don't think it really matters. Whippoorwill left hers for 24 hours because that's just the time frame she was operating in. So anyway, we put starting at the bottom, we put 2 quarts of pears, 2 cups of sugar, 2 quarts of pears, 2 cups of sugar, and on up. This is pears with sugar on top. Now we're going to put 2 cups of sugar on top. One more step after this. Some of y'all may not like all this much sugar and you may want to try to do it some other way, but I don't know another way, so this is the way we're going to do it. So we've got the juice of 3 lemons, minus the seeds, no seeds, and what we're going to do is pour it over the top of that last layer of sugar. We'll try to distribute it as evenly as possible. Make sure we don't get any seeds. She's doing the strainer even as she pours this on top of that. All right, we're going to cover this and we're going to leave it until tomorrow. So we will come back tomorrow and pick up this video. Well, what we forgot to show was cooking it, but it cooked for about 2 hours, actually about 2:15, 2:20. And we did it on low heat. It got pretty warm. I don't know that it was actually boiling, but it was pretty close. And we stirred it probably every 3 to 5 minutes. I don't think it's something you have to stand there and do. It didn't scorch. So, but again, don't turn your heat up so hot that you scorch it. After all this work, you do not want to scorch it and make it taste funky. So we're now putting it in clean, sterilized jars. All right, filling the jars. We've got this handy little canning funnel. Filling it up. See where we fill that one, right to the lip, about an inch or so from the top, ½ inch to an inch away from the top of the lip. You don't want to fill it up all the way. One of the things that comes with this little kit I was telling you about is a magnet lid lifter. Comes in real handy for reaching into hot water to get your lids and your rings. This is the kit we have. They have several of them out there. Again, I'll put a link below to some of these kits. And well, my wife said this is the best invention in the world. I don't think it's necessarily the best invention in the world, but she thinks it is. So anyway, so we brought it up to a boil, to a rolling boil. We'll do this for 20 minutes. The water has to cover the lids of the jars. The water has to be over the lids. And 20 minutes later, we'll pull them out and then they'll start sealing. We'll show you the final result. One of the good things in that little kit is this jar lifter. It just takes all the risk out of it. Does a great job. You probably know this, but don't ever set hot jars down on a cold surface, like granite, like some kind of stone surface, concrete, something like that, because those jars are boiling hot and you set them on something cold, it could crack the jar. There have been instances of that. Always put a buffer, like a towel or something like that, between the hot jar and the cold surface. So here is the final result. We had 14 jars. Really, really good. I opened a jar this morning. Now, only thing I think we would do differently, would put a little bit more cinnamon in it. She put about maybe a tablespoon of cinnamon in it, perhaps more. I ate some this morning on some toast. It is really good. Only thing I think we would do differently would be, I don't know, that's got a pretty good smacking of cinnamon in it. Would be to put more pears in it, to pack the pears a little bit more. It's a little syrup heavy, maybe. To maybe put more pears in it than what we put. Pack it in there and then put syrup on top. Probably would do that differently. Probably do that way next time. To actually get more pears in there. We've probably got less jars, but I think the product would be thicker, perhaps. It's it's thick, but it's not real thick. Anyway, it is really good, excellent. Pretty easy process. It takes a little time, like anything else that's worth doing, but it's a pretty easy process. And man, we're glad we did it. Glad we did it. First time we've done pears. We've done other things we can in the past, peaches and lots of stuff, blackberries and stuff. But first time we've done pears, and I'm pretty satisfied with the process. If you've got a recipe that you've done for years and is really, really good, share it below. If you've got some other experiences, share it below in the comment section specifically about pears, but about anything. If you want to give a comment about canning blackberries or apples, your comments are a great resource for me, but they're even more of a great resource for everybody that watches the video and then looks at the comments. And having heard me say this, they're going to look below and see your comment. So make sure you, if you're experienced at this and you have a good recipe or a different way of doing it, or some other additives that you put in there besides cinnamon, you put just a little bit of nutmeg in it, just not much at all, maybe a half a teaspoon or something. And but anyway, if you have some experience, if you have a recipe, some different additions, whatever, write it down below in the comment section, and others will benefit from your wisdom, and I always appreciate that. All right, that's it. We have made a mess of pear preserves, and we're excited about eating them. All right. We thank you, and we're gone.